Last weekend, I rewatched 10 Things I Hate About You as I was having a total raw day. Yes, there was wine involved, there was snacks, there was DoorDash, there was Heath Ledger, there was Julia Stiles, there was 90s angst, honestly at its finest. And I realized this isn't just a teen rom-com. This is actually based on Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. And honestly, it's like one of the best love stories ever, and I totally forgotten why. Because Kat, our so-called shrew, is so unapologetically herself. I mean, she doesn't shrink. She doesn't play nice. She doesn't people please. And what happens? She gets the guy. Not in spite of being herself, but because she is herself. And listen, as someone who has spent most of her life being trained to be the nice, agreeable, go with the flow girl, this movie really hit me hard. Today, we are going to break down why Kat is the role model I didn't know I actually needed. And later, I'll share how this lesson literally slapped me in the face during a very serious but also very silly Zillow fight with my husband. So stay tuned. Grab a glass of red wine, light your Sheila candle, and let's get into it. Quick refresher for anyone who hasn't watched this movie since 2000. I actually totally had forgotten about it, but here's the deal. Kat is the older sister. She is branded as difficult, the bitch. And then her sister Bianca is the sweet and popular one. And then their dad makes this one rule. Bianca can't date until Kat dates, but no one really wants to date Kat. And she doesn't even want to date either, really. This guy that really wants to date Bianca ends up bribing this other guy, played by Heath Ledger, to woo Kat, tame the shrew. And then this is the thing that's so weird. It's like, we see her as her character is flawed. Like her classmates call her a bitch, her teachers roll their eyes at her, but the same unapologetic, this is exactly who I am, that's what this guy falls in love with. I mean, that's the reason he climbs on the bleachers and sings to her with the marching band behind him, which is a total iconic scene. So why, even today, do we still act like women being opinionated or fiery or hard to please is a flaw? I mean, really, it's not. It's a filter that brings us to real love, to being our real selves. And I actually think it's so cool that Shakespeare knew we women needed this message, and the story is so timeless. Because what I love about Kat is not just her sarcasm and her sharp edges. You guys, she's not trying to be difficult. She's not trying to be a bitch. She's just made a very brave and bold decision to be herself. She has depth, she reads poetry, she listens to Riot Girl. She even shows her heart in a poem she wrote. I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair, but mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. And there she is, like sobbing in front of her class, showing her heart. And oh gosh, I'm super sorry if I'm ruining this movie if you haven't seen it, but honestly, please watch it this weekend when you're having a raw day. It's so good. The acting, the storytelling, all of it. And here's the lesson. Being a shrew isn't about being difficult 24/7. It's about refusing to shrink and still being brave enough to let someone see your soft parts. I mean, that's who we all are as women. We're tough and opinionated and soft and sweet, and that's what makes us irresistible, and it's what makes Patrick fall in love with her, and honestly, it's what makes anyone fall in love for real. Because let's be honest, I mean, people don't fall for the polished, people-pleasing mask. No one really likes that. They fall for the messy, multi-dimensional, unapologetic you. And honestly, for someone that has been a people-pleaser my whole life, I have to practice being my shrew self every single day. True, shrew self? Yeah, okay, I know. I'm super clever. And here's where I have to admit, even in a healthy relationship, I still really struggle with shrinking. You guys, last week, my husband and I were fake house shopping on Zillow. It's one of our favorite pastimes, and we're actually thinking about potentially moving even to a different state. And so we've been dreaming up this new life of ours, and we've been on Zillow a lot. He was showing me some houses, and at first we were looking at like the upper end of our budget, and our upper end of our budget in this new state would get us a really nice house, you guys. Oh my gosh, this one, it was so chic, it was so bougie. There was like all these white marble floors and all white interior, and there was a peak of the ocean. Just a peak, because let's be real, even at our high end of the budget, we can't afford a full view ocean view, but you get it. And I could see myself in this house, strutting around my little wedges and my Alice and Olivia two-piece, and just happy, and I don't know, just fancy. I love fancy. And then my husband very nonchalantly goes to me, hey babe, actually what I think we should do is look at the more affordable houses. We should be smart, we should save money, we should be sensible. And sensible is a total buzzkill. And instantly that little voice inside of me was like, okay, maybe he's right, I'm wrong, be practical, don't be bougie, Sheila, the part of me that shrinks. But my inner shrew, she was screaming, no, I want the marble. I want the chic bougie house. I want the wedge-friendly floors. And a part of me, a huge part of me felt shame, like guilt, for not going along with practical, because isn't that what we're supposed to do, be practical? And it hit me. Why do I feel guilty for owning what I want? Why do I assume my desires are less valid just because they're not practical? Maybe I'm not a practical girl, and maybe I'm a little bougie, okay? Just because I like bougie also doesn't mean I lack depth. Now listen, when the time comes to actually buy, of course we're going to compromise, you guys. That's marriage. That's not the point. The point is this. I need to keep practicing standing up for what I want. And I really think most women do. Not just in dating, not just in big life choices, but in the small, silly Zillow fights too. Because if I don't practice it there, how will I practice it when it actually really matters? So maybe 10 things I hate about you isn't about taming the shrew at all. Maybe it's about celebrating her, Maybe the lesson is shrinking doesn't stop once you're in a relationship, or ever. You should never shrink. It's something we all have to keep practicing, to own what pleases us, what actually excites us. What do we dream about? What do we want? You guys, I literally have to journal every single day. What does Sheila want? Because I can get so easily lost in what others want of me. And I honestly don't think I'm alone. So this week, I dare you and me, let your inner shrew speak up. Whether you're swiping on Hinge, you're house shopping on Zillow, or you're just ordering DoorDash. Don't shrink. Own your chic, bougie, wedge-starting stuff. Okay, don't own that, because that's me. You own you, what you want. Because the right people, the ones who matter, won't just tolerate it. They'll love you for it. And my husband? Okay, he may roll his eyes when I insist on white marble floors, but he still loves my shrew self. I hope he loves my shrew self. He does. All right, my loves, that's today's small talk. Go forth and be your shrew. I promise, it looks good on you, and me, and you're gonna be okay, and so am I. Cheers.